Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, and welcome back to episode number 4 of our Montreal Canadiens franchise mode series here in NHL 19. Alright guys, so we made it to episode 4, which is where we left off on our Vegas series last year, so make sure you guys smash that like button down below, give me some motivation to hopefully make it past episode number 4, because that's really all I'm aiming for at this point. If we get to episode 5, this series will definitely be viewed as successful in my eyes. But also, make sure you guys subscribe if you are new. Check out the last episode if you've missed it. And also make sure to check out Ntitledam.com. Use code BOJO for 10% off your entire order. So we currently sit 28, 30, and 5 on the day of the NHL trade deadline. And obviously, last episode, if you didn't see it, spoiler warning, we unloaded a bunch of players, including Max Pacioretty, Jeff Petrie, and Karl Alzner, and got some pretty decent assets in return for those guys. So just to review the trades that we made last episode for you guys, if you forget, we obviously acquired a 2020 first-round pick from the Nashville Predators in exchange for Karl Alzner, a 2020 second, and a 2024. So we basically took Karl Alzner, a second and a fourth, and moved up to a first round pick for next year. Could be a late round pick depending on how good or how bad Nashville does, but we're hoping that they're not going to be a good team. And then obviously the big trade that we made last time with our rival Boston Bruins, we traded away Max Pacioretty, Jeff Petrie, and a 2019 third round pick in exchange for Jacob Zaboral, Zach Senyshyn, a 2019 first round pick, and a 2019 second round pick from the Bruins. So Bruins are obviously going to be a very, very good team, and hopefully those picks are still just going to add up, because we want to stock up as much as possible in this year 1 draft. And then we also made one final move at the end there. We sent Jordy Ben and a fourth back to Dallas in exchange for a 4th round pick this year and a 2019 fifth. So we sent a 4th next year to get a 4th and a 5th for this year. That way it gives us more picks to package up if we want to move up in the draft. That is definitely going to be something that we will definitely think about doing. But you guys wanted to see a bunch of the other trades that have happened so far, with the deadline being today. So I'll just look through these real quickly and see if there's like anything crazy that has happened. I mean, Eberle has gone to Nashville in exchange for a first and a second, so that's a pretty good get for the Predators. Looks like the Islanders are kind of like shipping off everybody. They also sent Anders Lee to Calgary for Juuso Valimaki and a 5th. Anything else particularly interesting? Jersey got a 3rd for Columbus, got a 2nd, a 3rd. Chris Stewart for a 3rd. Edmonton got Vitaly Abramov and a 3rd for a 2nd, a 3rd, and Chris Stewart. So that was a pretty decent deal, I think, for the Blue Jackets there, because they were trying to trade us Abramov, so he is now shipped out. Anything else pretty crazy? Nothing really too crazy so far. Zuccarello, Hickey have been sent off. Niku actually went to the Islanders in exchange for Hickey, so the Islanders really are just selling off everybody at this point. They're probably not a good team at all. But we still have some unfinished business to clean up here before we continue and end off this year 1 simulation. We still have Andrew Shaw to get rid of, hopefully, for a 3rd round pick. I'm hoping I can get a 3rd round pick for him from any team that would be willing to give me that pick in return. But first, we're going to take a look at the draft class, so why don't we just go right into there to start, because we definitely want to set our scouts up and take a look at all the regions that we have scouted so far, just to see if we might need to move some people elsewhere to other regions. So it looks like Westcott and DeLuca have not moved in their ranks so far. They're still ranked number 1 and number 2 respectively on the draft board. We haven't scouted Bowen Byram yet, but like I said, I'm not pretty much going. I don't think I'm going to scout him, because I kind of know what his overall is. Pretty sure it's medium elite. I want to say most of the guys here are medium elite, but we pretty much got everybody else pretty well looked at. Kirby Datch, we don't know much about him, so we definitely need somebody to take a look in the WHL, because it looks like we're not hammering in on those WHL scouts. But let's take a look at our league so far, other than like the CHL leagues, because I know the WHL, we definitely need some people scouted out there. I don't think Mayer is getting the help that he needs in the WHL, so we're definitely going to need some help there. Actually, before we do that, let's take a look at all leagues and take a look for busts and gems. Do we know of any busts and gems so far through this first little bits? No gems yet, but 4 busts. So Nicholas Pinot, Jacob Alexeev, Alex Bocage, and Nikita Alexandrov, all projected to be fairly bust players. And a bunch these two guys as well. Pinot, we know he's like a bottom 6 forward, but for 87th ranked, that's like 3rd round for a medium bottom 6 is not terrible, I guess, but no gems so far that we have found. All right, so let's go take a look at all the weird leagues first before we go looking in on that. I'm gonna do the CS rank for most of these regions just to see if we have scouted everybody that we need to. So this is the USA West. Could still use a little bit of assistance here in the USA West, but it kind of hitting the hammer on the head so far. Yeah, US West could use a little bit more looking at there. US Central, same thing. This Shen guy looking to be maybe elite, possibly medium elite. Parker Shen. Okay, definitely keep an eye out on him. Jody Howell or Hoyle, we know about him. Viscokis. Also, lots of elite guys here in the USA East, so I think we should definitely scout these guys. I have him this Aho guy scouting the players in the USA East. So, Del League doesn't look like there's anything too crazy other than Gabriel DeLuca. Yeah, okay, so we can move our Del scout elsewhere. So that's one thing I'm probably gonna write these down just so I know for the future. All right, so we know that we need to move the Del Scout because it doesn't look there's anything else in there. NLA, there's a couple, like 4 guys. If we have somebody if the Del guy's good in the NLA, then we can maybe move him there. Extra Liga, doesn't look like there's anything too crazy in Extra Liga either. Okay, so we can move our Del and Extra Liga guys elsewhere. So we'll just write those down once again. Ebel CS rank doesn't look like anything too crazy, only like 3 possible prospects, so they can be left unknown for right now. SHL could use a little bit of help. Yeah, kind of want to hammer down on some of these guys, especially this guy, Par Hedstrom, possibly elite as well. Lots of elite possible potentials here in the SHL, so we definitely need to get some help there in the SHL. In the Liga, regular Liga. Yeah, Liga could use some help too. Allsvenskan, let's see, yeah, we can move our Allsvenskan scout as well. Allsvenskan, and then Russia. Ooh, yeah, we need some help there in Russia, for sure, because there's a lot of high CS rank guys here in Russia that we have no information on. Yeah, alright, so Russia, we need some definitely help there. And then rest of the world, there's nothing there. Okay, good. So that's kind of what I needed there, to be perfectly honest. WHL, we need a little bit of assistance with, but we know for a fact that our Del, Extra Liga, and Allsvenskan scouts, we can kind of move those outwards of those leagues and move them to someplace else. So let's take a look at who we got scouting those places, and we can move them elsewhere. All right, so if we even have anybody who's doing it. Okay, so we have 2 guys in Extra Liga, which means we can move both Malmstrom and Kolzig to other places. So let's go ahead and do this. Where are you also good at that we need to go? Are you good in Russia? You got a B in Russia, D in the WHL, so we don't want to send him there. Let's see, Ebel, Del, no, we don't need those. NLA need a little bit of help. Let's take a look at Kolzig as well. Hopefully he's good someplace else. Russia, he's got a C. He's not good in the WHL. SHL, he's got an A-, so that's pretty decent. All of Europe, he's an A+. Allsvenskan, we don't need anybody there. Okay, so I could probably send him to help out Pelton in the SHL, so I think I'm going to do that. So you are going to go to the Swedish Hockey League, which should be here in Scandinavia. Yep, the SHL, we're definitely going to move you there. And what's my SHL scout doing? He's doing specific players. So SHL new changey, I'm gonna have you just find prospects for about give me 6 weeks to find players there in the SHL, and that should be good. All right, let's see. How about a 5th Detroit? Honestly, at this point, I'm just trying to get rid of Andrew Shaw's cap. 5th, wow, they're not even going to be able to do it. I might not be able to trade him, to be perfectly honest. Like, if they... I don't want to get a 6th for it. I still think Andrew Shaw has decent value to him, and he was getting some decent value in trades. So you know what? If I have to hold on to him for another year, that cap hit is honestly not the, biggest deal. We're not going to be a team that's going to be strapped for cap issues within the next couple of years, I would think, especially if we move Price or Weber. So I think I'm gonna hold on to Andrew Shaw. Maybe there'll be a last minute deal that comes through here on the last day of the trade deadline, but I think I'm gonna just leave it set in stone for right now. AHL team is fine the way it is. I'm not gonna move De La Rose. Just hopefully that AHL team will be able to continue to win games, make the playoffs, and we're just going to take it to the end of the year now, boys. Not going to make any trades. I tried to move Andrew Shaw, but unfortunately was not. We're still hovering around a 500 team. You know, if Montreal goes on like a hell of a run here in the second half of the season and possibly throws some wins together under their belt, you know, anything could happen. Stranger stuff has happened in this game, and we could end up possibly being a playoff team. I don't see it happening, but I want our team to lose as many games as possible. Once again, that might be difficult, especially with a guy like Carey Price being on our team. I'm just going to say okay for the draft class. I just took a look at it. I don't need to look at it again. But, you know, you never know. I just need our AHL team to win games. And also, I made a change in our lineup. I noticed that Matt Grzelcyk was not in our lineup for once we picked him up off waivers. He was kind of just sitting on our bench. So I made the change. And after we dealt Jordy Ben, the spot opened up easily on our team, so we were able to fit Matt Grzelcyk back on our lineup. Can we lose that last game against the Maple Leafs to end off the season? Can we end it 38-37? Kotkaniemi strained hamstring April 15th. Yeah, we'll just replace that. Be out for a couple days. There we go. So we lost that last game. So 38-37-7. You know, decent, kind of hovering around that 500 range, which is kind of what I wanted. Kind of wanted to lose a little bit more games, but Laval is 36-30-7. As well. So now we pretty much just get to follow them. They have 3 games left on the year, so we're just going to simulate to the end of the AHL season here. All right, so they're at 79 points. We just lost Kotkaniemi. What's the wild card at? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, we need to win some games though. We need to win some games, unfortunately. All right, sorry about that, guys. The calendar broke there for a second. So we got 3 games left. They're kind of fighting for a wild card spot here. So let's see. They got 3 games left. These are up. Okay. Adelaide's manually. He's going to be ready to play in this game, so we definitely don't want Brohl in there. Kotkaniemi, definitely get in there. You're back up to a 77 overall now, which is awesome. So you're still continuing to get those boosts the way I like to see it. So he gets right back in there. Okay, so they get a shootout loss. They get points at the very least. Binghamton didn't look like a good team. I don't know how good Syracuse was. That's kind of a rough loss. All right, so this last game of the year up against the Binghamton Devils. Let's see if they are going to be a good team or not. What happened to my screen? I think franchise mode just died. All right, sorry about that, guys. The game, as you saw, glitched out. So I think I'm going to go to the calendar and just simulate the last 3 games of the AHL season here, so the results might not be exactly what they were last time. So we still have that shootout loss to Bridgeport, but maybe we can now get a win over Syracuse, which would be nice. So I'm just going to simulate these last 2 games here. Yep, 6-0 win and a 6-2 win. All right, so the fortune was definitely in our favor there on the reset, and I think I'm going to switch it back to NHL really quickly. Hit back. Hopefully it doesn't glitch. It didn't. Awesome. I'm going to go over here and save my goddamn game. We should be good now. Let me go to the AHL. I still can't view the AHL like stats or anything like that. The regular season has indeed ended for the AHL team, but I definitely want to go take a look at their stats and the standings. Are we a playoff team here in Laval? Indeed we are. Alrighty. So like I said, the AHL team definitely showed up here. They are going to be going into the playoffs, and hopefully we can do some roster moves as well to send down maybe Zaboral, Senyshyn, Grzelcyk to play in these playoffs and help out our AHL team, which would be awesome. But just give you guys a quick rundown on our AHL totals here. Ryan Poehling was our leading point total here in the AHL. 56 points, 26 goals on the year for him, which is not bad. We're only going to look at our prospects pretty much. Kotkaniemi had 45 points, 31 assists, not bad. I'm pretty sure he's still up to a 77 overall, which is nice. Poehling only at a 71, so his progression is a little bit slower than what Kotkaniemi's is, but still not a bad year for him. De La Rose, 45 points for him. Did he get an overall increase? No, still say a 76. Reichel had 40. Other prospects that we had, Noah Juleson had 22 points. After the pickup of Jonas Gustafsson off free agency, he had a decent year, 2.23 goals against average on the year. Marco and Caden Primo didn't have the greatest years as well. Michael McNiven as the backup. Not a great year for him either, so hopefully Gustafsson will be able to hold it down there for our Laval team. I'll take a look at our NHL stats as well really quickly. There's Price's totals, 2.52 goals against average. Obviously, we're not a playoff team for Montreal. Weber finished with 29 points. Dupre, Schlemko, Mete, Brzlik, and Saboro were right there. Oh, I forgot to move up, what's his face, Senyshyn up the board because he was getting a lot of points. Drouin finished with 57 points, though, up to an 85 overall, as we saw. Gallagher at 51, so those were the only guys above 50 points. Deneau, Armia, and Lehkonen, and Max Domi all had above 40 points. So Domi kind of picked it up a little bit, but still, I definitely want to get more point totals out of him. And then let's see. Yeah, Zach Senyshyn had a hell of a back half of the year. 15 points in 26 games for him. He shoots the puck a lot. If I can get Senyshyn a really good kind of like playmaker, I think that he would be really, really good on our team. Because what I'm seeing right now from him is really, really good. 15 points in 26 games. That's really, really good. He had 3 and 6. And then he had, 15 and 26. So not bad. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Zach Senyshyn. So that's awesome. All right, so let's simulate up a little bit here because I believe we are going to have some AHL playoffs. AHL regular season has ended. Okay, cool. And we should have some playoff. There we go. Facing off against the Utica Comets, which is awesome. And let me see if I could do some roster moves here since our season is over. And I want to see if I'm able to send players up and down. Please tell me I can send him down. Just send up Romanov. Can I do that? No, I can't. Damn the salary cap. Damn it all to hell. Alright, so we might as well follow our AHL team here really quickly in the playoffs. They're facing off against Vancouver's AHL team, Utica Comets. It's only a 5-game series here for the first the first round in the AHL playoffs, so we'll take it 2 games at a time. Hopefully our team will show up here big. 5-4 loss in game number 1, but they follow up with a 4-2 win in game number 2 to split the series, which is awesome. And now we're coming back home for our home games, which is good. Game number 3, 3-2 loss in overtime, so we're down 2-1. We could lose the series here, and unfortunately we do lose that one 2-1 in overtime as well. So our team does make it to the playoffs, but unfortunately they lose in 4 games to Utica, and that is how their season ends. Paling did have 4 points in 4 games played, which is cool. But now is the fun part of our little off season, because now is time for us to start looking at scouting and pinpointing some players that we want to do. So I'm going to go a week before the draft does start. We should get some pop-ups here. Do we finally have some gems and busts? We have a ton of busts on this draft. Do we have any gems? No gems at all. Wow, that is really, really surprising. All my test videos that I've done with franchise modes, I've always found like a couple gems. No gems here in this first year 1 draft, but a ton of busts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 total busts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, potentially 7 of them being in the top 100 of the Central Scouting rank. One of them being number 26 overall rank, Yuri Chubarov. Just my amateur scouts I want to look at. All right, so 14th, May 26th, June 29th. All right, so my OHL scout hopefully will be done by most of those guys by the time that happens. May 24th, June 9th, May 20th, June 15th, 20th, 22nd. Okay, so like probably like June 20th, 22nd is when we should go to finally look at these guys more accurately. All right, guys, so as you can see here, there's the Stanley Cup Finals for year number 1 here. Winnipeg and Tampa going to a Game 7, so that's a really, really good series matchup here. But before I continue to sim all the way up to that June 20th date, I forgot to look at where our team finished off in the NHL. Where are we indeed ranked, and where are our odds looking at for this draft lottery pick where we might end up finishing? So Nashville finished 7th. Once again, that's something that we need to keep our eye on. Where did Boston finish? Did Boston even make the playoffs? Okay, Boston did make the playoffs. They were the 13th ranked team. Where were they in the entire Eastern Conference? They were 7th. All right, so it's not going to be a crazy late pick. Maybe like upper 20s, which is decent. But where did Montreal finish? Habs, where did you guys finish the entire year? 23rd. Okay, so 23rd. So we were the what worst team? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9th worst team. Potentially, we have a chance to move up to top 3, or we could unfortunately get moved back at most 3 spots. So we could either pick at 9, or we could pick at 12. Picking at 12 would be very, very bad. I don't think the draft lottery will screw us over that badly, but we probably have a good chance of staying at number 9 depending on the lottery odds. That's kind of Carey Price's fault, to be honest, that we finished that well. So let's go up to the 21st, actually. Hopefully we get the draft lottery update. Maybe luck will be on our side. Maybe we'll win the draft lottery and move up to the top 3rd. Tampa Bay won the Stanley Cup, and we lost to the Calder Cup champs with our AHL team, so I'm not, not crazy sad about that. So let's go all the way up to the 21st here. A couple days before the draft, we should be getting the draft lottery results right here, and there they are. We're staying at number 9. Okay, so Vancouver won the draft lottery. Philly, that sucks. They were the 2nd worst team, and they get all the way bumped down to 4. So Vancouver, Edmonton, Chicago, Philly, the Rangers, Anaheim, Islanders, Dallas, and us at number 9. We will be drafting at. All right, so there it is, our last central scouting rank. We still have a couple days left to finally harp in on these players that we want to scout. But if we're looking at number 9, unfortunately, Westcott and DeLuca, we will not be able to pick. Kako would probably go as well. Hoyle would probably go by that time as well. Krebs would be good. So number 9 on the central scouting rank, we could be looking at, these are not great potentials that we're looking at on these guys either. Medium top 6s are okay, but I kind of want to move up and get at least one of these elite guys, because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we got 7 medium elite potential players here in the top of the draft, and we're picking 9th, which does suck a little bit, but we might be able to move up to get one of those guys. Maybe somebody will pick off the board, I'm not sure, but picking 9th kind of sucks because we miss out on all these guys down here, and we're kind of stuck with like the medium top 6 guys, which would be roughly around like a Dylan Cousins, Sergei Kravchenko is a guy we might want to look at, a playmaker, winger, Stanislav Koltsov, another potential winger here. Joe Thornton, Claude Giroux kind of player comparison too, which is not bad. Let's take one last look here. Do we finally have any gems, or are we still looking at all busts here in this draft? Yep, no gems, unfortunately. That really sucks. I don't know if that's our scouting team or what, but yeah. So as you guys know, that's where we stand. We are currently going to be slated at the number 9 overall pick in the first round, and odds are we might miss out on a bunch of all these elite potential players here to grab. Like, I really wanted to go out there and get like a Ty Westcott or a Gabriel DeLuca. Would have been nice. A lot of the like already generated players in this game, you kind of know that they're not going to be crazy good, so you always want to look for those like computer generated players. Kako doesn't have a picture, but he's obviously in the game. Same thing with Byron. Like I said, I've drafted him a couple times, so I know what he's like. Jody Hoyle is kind of new. Krebs and Datch are both obviously in the game. Vukovic, I've seen a couple times before. We didn't really have him scout all too much, but I would assume that he might be medium elite. We didn't scout him all too crazy. He did have 47 points in 66 games played as a two-way forward, as a defenseman. So more than likely, he's kind of like medium elite as well. So unless somebody goes like completely off the board in the first part of the draft, we might be able to hold on to get like a late pick here with Krebs, Datch, Vukovic. I'm only assuming is probably like elite potential. It would suck if he's anything but that. But if we stay where we're currently at, it looks like we might be looking at either a Dylan Cousins, Sergei Kravchenko, or Stanislav Koltsov. I'm actually going to move up one more day before the draft because we can view the retired players, and then we can update our trading block as well before the draft. It does come here. So Marian Hossa is done. Martin Erat, Franzen, Ryan Malone, Brooks Lake. All right, so a couple interesting players there. Any goaltenders retire? Backstrom, Holmquist, Fost, and Michael McKenna. So pretty much just the big name there is Marian Hossa. Okay, all those players are now scouts as well. Franzen, Derek McKenzie, and Marian Hossa have become scouts. So I think we should definitely try to get those guys on our team for scouting purposes, which would be pretty awesome. All right, so the trade block has once again been updated. I don't know why it changes it from time to time, but I got our wants changed up again so that we're looking for the forwards, defensemen, and goaltenders between the ages of 17 to 24. All picks are included in our wants. Our surpluses, I just took off the first round picks, but future picks and current picks, obviously I'm looking for those as well. I have a couple forwards and defensemen that I'm looking to give away, so I just want to get as many trades as possible during this draft process, and that's what our trading block is going to be. And we're going to sim to the draft. We're not going to do the draft. That is going to be for next episode, so you guys can let me know suggestions of what to do. I'll also take a look at the awards and stuff like that for next episode as well. That'll be the first thing we do. I'll take one last look at the draft class for you guys. I'm just kind of like scroll down of all the leagues and things like that so that you know what we are looking at here for this draft and what we are possibly going to be doing here in round number 1, especially because you guys know we're currently set at pick number 9. So if we were going off of the Central Scouts ranks, it looks as if though Dylan Cousins, Sergei Kravchenko, and Stanislav Koltsov are kind of like our main picks of who we would be looking at potentially grabbing. Our scout has Koltsov scouted higher than what Kravchenko is looking like, so he might be the better guy to go after. But once again, there's pretty much everything else there for the rest of the draft. Some guys that we have scouted, some guys who we haven't scouted. A lot of their potentials are obviously unknown. Later rounds, I can kind of, weasel my way through the rest of the rounds as they go, but the only unfortunate part is that I don't really have any gems to potentially look at for later round picks. My scouts did not find any gems in this draft, only bust players that we should definitely look to avoid. Let me know what you guys think we should do for the draft. I'm assuming I'll get a bunch of trades for Price, Weber, maybe Shaw throughout this draft as well. And like I said, I have a stockpile of picks that I can move up with. We know we have 2 firsts, one being our own, one being Boston's. We have 2 seconds, one being our own, one being Boston's. We do not have a third, but I believe we have 3 fourths and 3 fifths, so we can use a bunch of those picks to move up. And hopefully you guys give me some good suggestions down below, because this is the bane of my existence in franchise mode, is the draft. So thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe as always, and we will do some drafting in the next episode. Take it easy, guys. Peace.